Hello and welcome to the AssemblyTV studio. This is the demo compostudio and I'm your host Teppo Isperia Suominen. With me here are a lot of people. Frankie, Speakki, Rimina, Truck, Waffle, Tervis. All of you guys, welcome. So, demo compo this year we had 13 entries?
Yes.
Did I get it right? Yes. Good. Great compo in my opinion and all kinds of stuff. Actually, one thing we need to mention to start this thing off, number 9, which was fuzzy mutations, we actually had a problem with that one. We ran the wrong version. There's a better version of it that wasn't on the big screen. We'll show it later.
Oh.
Yeah, but we will show it later. You'll see it. It'll be on PMS, it'll be on the archive, it'll be everywhere. So before you vote, check it again, because this just happened. And well, this actually explains a lot of things because on that current entry, I noticed that the audio and the video were a bit out of sync and it almost ruined it for me. And I think that might be the thing that's fixed. But let's talk about the demo compo this year. Any opening comments?
I can talk, or you can. Okay.
I have learned a lot of things about bread.
All right. So you've learned something about bread. That's good.
You have to remember to eat syö leipää.
Look.
Syö leipää.
Yeah, eat it.
You can ask Jussi
We'll
about it.
explain that one later.
Okay. So,
I said this a couple times on the stream. There's a thing in Parks and Recreation where Ron Swanson is holding up an iPod and he says, "This is an excellent rectangle," and that's how I feel about this demo compo. This was an excellent rectangle. Just one of the best compos we've had. Certainly the best demo compo that we've had this year at any party. It just here, somebody else talk. I'm going to be quiet for a while.
okay.
I was just saying that, yeah, indeed.
Okay. Well, let's actually dive straight in. Individual entries. First two, maybe a bit more humorous entries, Moomiland and alternative bread facts. Well, Frankie, you've learned a lot about bread. I've learned that you can use Comic Sans in a demo compo and not get killed outright by a lightning bolt from blue sky.
I like the fact that they are actually not trying to make people drink some energetic drinks, but eat properly.
That is a good point. But maybe, well, what do you guys have to say about the first two entries? One was made with Unity, and I don't even remember what was used in Moomiland.
Well, okay, but first of all, it's no shame to do stuff with Unity.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, sorry, politics. I know that many people look down at, oh, you make a demo with Unity, it's not really, doesn't count. No, that's crap.
Whoa.
You have a really lot of bass in your sound.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Somebody record that and use it in a demo.
More bass.
Yes, because all my bass are belong to me. So no, it's no shame to make stuff with Unity. So I think that like commenting about the fact that it's maybe Unity is moot.
Yeah.
So just my opinion.
It is a good point.
Anything you want to do, but you just need a proper tool to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not basically the easiest thing to start making things by creating your tools. It's gonna take a lot.
And honestly, if you have a tool ready, why not use it and get started with that? Then you can create your own workshop and everything later.
Yes, of course. It's about art.
It is about art. It's not about the tools you use, it's about what you make with them.
And we've had some groups start out successfully with Unity and then move on to creating their own engines and just, oh, I mean, one on the 64K at Revision. I mean, it's, yeah.
Greetings to Poo Brain.
Mass greetings to Pooh Brain.
Yeah.
Next year, you need to come to Assembly.
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone has to start from somewhere, so it's good to have these entries also. I like them. And also, I think it's good to encourage young people to eat some bread.
A moomin meat.
Yeah.
Yes. Or I would like a sandwich of moomin.
All right. Number 3 was attempt 6 by Gormadot. We never got to see attempts 1 to 5, but any thoughts on the 6th iteration?
I kind of wish I would have taken notes on that one because, I mean, I remember it, but since it didn't have the humor element as much, well, actually, it was really well rendered, actually, from what I remember, compared to some of their earlier demos. But that's unfortunately all I remember because it was such a strong compo that they were in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, props for participating because it's important for, I mean, everybody should make demos. We keep saying that. Some people say it to me a lot.
Yes, we do.
And I should finish a demo. But these folks did, and that's mass props.
Yeah.
Even if I don't remember all of the details. I remember trees at one point in it. So I do remember parts of it. But it was such a strong compo with the other things that I'm going to have to go back and watch. And believe me, I am going to. We're going to watch at least once next month and probably again next year sometime.
Okay. Number 4 was Number 4 was Brain Melt by T-Palm, and this truck you had a point on this one.
Okay, so this is my thing to T-Palm on this one. It was very T-Palm. It needed to be more T-Palm. That's all I've got to say. It wasn't maybe T-Palm enough. Next T-Palm demo, bring more T-Palm.
I love the triangle things. Yeah. I love the visuals.
The music. Oh, I love the music.
Yeah.
All I have to say is I've obviously seen a lot of T-Palm's demos in the past, but up until 30 seconds ago, I thought they were called T-Palm. So,
Yeah.
Well, that would be the traditional English way of pronouncing it. I have the simplified English way.
very good, sir. Unfortunately, I literally can't hear any of you. I can only hear yourselves. So.
All right. Any other notes on number 4?
More T-Palm demos.
Go more T-Palm. All right. Number 5, Bit of Light by Wide Load. This one went.
Cheers. I think it was one of the best wide load entries.
Yes.
There were no bad entries, by the way, in this combo,
Yeah.
and my perspective. And yeah,
The guys has really gone far.
yeah.
They haven't been doing this really that long.
Yeah.
Like, well, actually, I haven't been counting. So please, White Low guys, tell me when we meet next time how many days or hours has been.
Yeah, I know. I noticed on Thursday that the music was still on making. So yeah, it was really, really, really polished.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great stuff from White Load. Of course, I'm a little bit biased because I know the guys, and it was actually the only demo that created alumni. So I'm a little bit biased, but good one. They are getting
It was
better.
also the only one that created Paraguay.
Yeah. So,
No, it wasn't. I saw there was more than one great to Paraguay.
And Tracker Heavy from Tampere.
all right. Well, next one. The first one where I went, oh, that's interesting. Debust Funk Delax by Rust Bloom. It had something I didn't really expect from a demo compo. Remarks?
It was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was a good kind of weird.
It was very Rust Bloom.
It was really Rust Bombs.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites in the compo. Unfortunately, one of my favorites in the compo can pretty much be said about every single one of them. But it was one idea executed extremely well,
Yeah.
and in multiple ways.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, you
I love how they did it so that when they introduced a new instrument, they at the same time changed the way that they started splitting the statues or shape morphing them. It was really well done. It created a sort of immersive environment into it. I loved the way they did it there.
So to me, Rust Bloom has always been very experimental, which is at the heart of the demo scene.
Yeah.
And one thing I remember was Alt Party maybe 6-7 years ago. They produced something called Scanline, I think it was. It was a single line across the screen where the demo was shown. And it was absolutely beautiful.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm keeping my shoes on.
I had a point. I've now forgotten said point.
it was about 6 years ago at Alt Party.
Yeah,
Rust Bloom.
Rust Bloom, Scanline, something
Scanline.
interesting. But ultimately, they've kept what I consider the most important part of the demo scene alive, which is the experimentation, the doing something that isn't in people's comfort zones. The CNCDs, the Fairlights, the whoever, they do something that exists in the real world in a 3D stage with gravity pointing downwards or upwards, whichever way you want to render it. And they just consistently throw something at you and say, hey, look, we can do this. It looks cool, and I bet you'll have a problem trying to describe how we did it.
Yeah, this is exactly why I felt like when I watched it, I was like, ooh, that's interesting, because it's not something you see in demo compos now every time, like you did back 5 or 10 years ago. Anything else on Rust Bloom's entry? Or
More Rust Bloom demos, please.
you want more of everything.
I
You
do.
just want people to make more demos.
I do, but but seriously, the more demos like the Rust Bloom things, don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
And just come up with an idea and go for it.
Yeah, I mean, when you are at the demo compo instead of one of the intros where you have a limit, you can do anything. You just use your imagination. Only your art history is limiting you. Go wild. Do something really weird if you feel like it. But next, an entry on which I seem to disagree with everyone else. Actually, not that much, but still. Number 7, Extra by Epoch. Yeah, because
Oh my God.
Go Epoch.
Go Epoch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to just point out that I know that the guys have been working for this for the whole last night, syncing and fiddling with it for the final last update deadline.
yeah.
And I think they managed to do some awesome direction for the thing. And yeah.
Yeah.
There was a demo that was recently released by somebody. I think his name is Smush or something, and it was at the No Go demo party in the UK, and it had a face that was in the center. This demo had a face that was in the center, and this one did it much better.
Yeah. What amazed me about the demo was how lifelike the human form was in it. It looked like a real person. Down to the nostrils, it was so well made. But my problem with it that I brought out before we started is it felt long to me. Like it lingered on some of the scenes, for me maybe a bit long, but I am known to like fast-paced demos, so maybe it's just my problem. But other than that, awesome. Just
It was beautiful.
it was beautiful.
Yes. But the whole demo really relied on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
I know why it is that long.
But it was woven into it so beautifully that you didn't even, when you were watching it, you're just like, wow. And then just later you start to think about, oh my God, that's the whole soundscape just creates the whole thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is another Epoch soundtrack that is going on repeat at home. It just wonderful demo. Wonderful demo.
After Epoch, we had on number 8, Objectification by Melancholy.
Okay. Whomever it was that put this compo, put these demos one after the other, the contrast between the Epoch demo and the Melancholy demo,
Melancholy.
absolutely brilliant. It strengthened both of them in my mind, and I mean, I absolutely adore the soundtrack in both of them. They are like opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I don't even know what metal genre it is. I listen to all types of different metal. This is one of those esoteric metal things that I will listen to, and the visuals and just fantastic freaking demo. Somebody else talk.
It was pretty.
Whoa.
It was very pretty, and I envy his drum playing skills.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the drummer, my God, the drummer.
I am incredibly good at the air drums, but that's about it.
Hey, please tell me.
Yeah, I have a
The intro said 300 kilometers north. From where?
Indeed.
From him, he was playing with really long drumsticks.
or there's that.
Even more liter drums.
But honestly, I've got a jazz band that could use that drummer.
Yeah.
Because, damn, it was great.
That's the great thing about a great metal drummer is you can put them in any type of band and they will be able to play that. And it just you could go so many different ways with that drumming. It just
Yeah.
Somebody else talk.
Yeah. One thing about the demo that I started thinking about when watching, did they do any animation? Was everything just moved or rotated? Were any of the pieces actually animated?
That is actually a good question.
Because I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything animated. I think all of the pieces were either rotating or just moving.
They were objects.
Still objects.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
Not sure about it.
it was, yeah,
It's like when you
objectification.
use humans, like you use cubes and stuff like that. You don't animate cubes.
Yeah, of
usually.
course. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. I feel really stupid now. But yeah, but it was so well made. It worked. It was perfect, and just damn.
I know I said I was going to hand but I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that was done with another toolkit that the Outrex guys in Norway have put together and is now the Fuse Tools kit. And if I'm not mistaken, that will actually compile and run on any device. Just won't run as fast. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I know their last production was able to do that. So it's very possible that this will compile and run on every single device out there, which, again, it's a toolkit. Don't be worried about the toolkit you're using. Just make stuff.
Okay, cool.
I have to say that it was very well made, but it just didn't kind of hit me. It was weird, but I'm not so sure it was a good kind of weird for me.
It was a good alternative. Carry on. Yeah.
I totally love these demos that actually point out the fact that we are in demo scene using human bodies as objects.
Yeah.
And this one pointed out it well, and that's
Yeah.
why I like it.
But it's actually, yeah, I still feel really, really dumb by not noticing it's in the name.
It's always been there. In Finland, we call it naisenpää. It's been here like ages. Have you heard the thing in Finland, naisenpää?
I think it's
No, okay.
it relates to the Belgian
No,
chocolate
we're not going there, guys. Guys, we're not going there. Okay. Next one was number 9, Fuzzy Mutations by Einklang.net. So this one was the one where we had the wrong version, and I believe the right version had the sync right, because to me, the whole demo went by like I saw these really cool visuals, and then I'm really ticked by the fact that the music is about zero point 0.1 seconds early. I was like, fuck, was it early? Make it sync. And I believe it is in sync in the right version.
Should have sat further back in the hall, get audio delay.
Oh yeah, I should have just gone like, yeah, I'm going to walk 100 meters. Bye, guys.
This demo must be viewed at least 200 meters behind.
Well, no,
There
because
you go.
where we were sitting with our scene set headphones on, it was perfectly in sync.
Okay, so it was
Because
just geared for you.
it's just audio delayed through the whole, and if you're in the golden spot, which is where the sound PA is,
Yeah.
it sounds perfectly.
Okay,
So it's your fault.
I chose the wrong seat. It's my problem.
Well, yes, because that's our seat that you're sitting in, you know.
Ah, yeah. No, it's the captain's seat.
I know this is probably a bad thing to request, but I'd be willing to cut this thing short so that we could watch the real version.
Let's actually try to do that.
Can
Pepe,
we?
will it be possible to show, right after this show, the real version of Fuzzy Mutations? Check.
They will find out and come back to us.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
They will let us know.
Yes, they will.
Let's
They will.
wait for the answer.
Do you guys have notes on the Fuzzy Mutations? We've only been discussing the audio sync now, but the demo itself, it was beautiful.
Somebody else talk.
Give the microphone.
It kind of reminded me about the Epoch demo as well, because they had a similar idea of having the strong soundtrack
Yeah.
and visuals synced about it, and it had a high.
Yeah, definitely. I loved the colors and visuals in the hall drive scenes where you've got the lights that go down the halls and you've got the camera that's following them. It's really visually stunning. I just really wish I would have been in the golden spot. Yeah.
So, counting up the number of old school Amiga sceners that are actually in this compo, you have Mr. Pet, you have Yugi, you have Desktop. I know there was one more. Oh yeah, and of course everybody from T-Palm. Is that everything? But anyway, we have folks going way back, and of course Ronnie. Folks going way back and folks from today or more recently, all competing in the same compo. It's awesome. Ronnie, absolutely loved the soundtrack. Absolutely thrilled that there's another demo from Mr. Pet. I could gush about this for hours, but I'd rather actually shut up and actually watch the final.
Yeah. All right. After Fuzzy Mutations, we had on number 10 Geometry Gods by Jogs.
Is he doing this by himself? All of it? Really? I mean, it's amazing. This guy has to be a genius.
It's basically every time the same idea, the same kind of thing he does.
Yeah.
But every time he just does it a bit better.
Yeah.
Just more and more building up.
He,
I want to see his works like,
Yeah.
after 5 years from this. Where does he go?
There was this one part in the beginning where there were the colorful, I don't know what you call them, worms that clashed with the rest of the demo. That was, for me, a bit jarring. But other than that, just wow. The geometry parts, I don't know what you call them, the three-sided triangles, not pyramids because they've only got 3 sides, but all of those scenes just blew my mind.
And yet again, Unity.
And yet again, Unity, yeah. It's not the tools you use.
It's a good tool. You should try it.
Yeah, it is a good tool.
I like how he has the progression, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. They all, it was similar to the game Rez. I would absolutely love it if Yugs would make a version of Rez, or if that game was, if that was made playable, that would be
Yeah.
best game ever. But the transitions from all of the parts, and then the huge gorilla. Maybe a throwback to Donkey Kong because of the game thing. I'm not I mean, and maybe just King Kong, maybe just awesome.
Yeah, I love the transition phases as well. It really progressed it beautifully, and it gave a good sense of why there's a set of change in the state of the demo. I always love it when there's some sort of an explanation of what happens. It just makes it easier for me. But after Jogs, we had number 11 Pyrotech Alkaline.
This could be the best Pyrotech demo that they've made yet. Just yes, it's DX9, which is a couple of versions behind the modern graphics card. Doesn't matter. I was thinking, okay, how is Pyrotech going to compete with those last couple? Because the artistic nature of the ones leading up to that was just off the charts. But they incorporated a lot of artistic stuff that they haven't necessarily put into previous demos, and it really, really worked well. Yeah. Excellent Pyrotech demo. Yeah. Looking forward to watching that one many times again.
Yeah. At least the overlay graphics, they really did it.
Yeah. It was. It felt kind of weird in the beginning, but then you just kind of flow into it, and it works with the demo so well. At the beginning, I was like, "Take off that overlay; it's ruining the demo for me." And after like 20 seconds, I'm like, "No, wait! It's actually really good for this." And I don't know, it worked. And I love the colorscape of it, the neon, just beautiful.
Oh, it seems like 80s coming back again.
Yeah. And that's possibly not a bad thing this time around.
No.
Like in clothing, where it is a bad thing.
There's a really good things born in 80s.
Okay. Then we had Zoom In by Adapt, which I was so blown away by this demo time and time again. Like, okay, yeah, they're doing fractal zooming, okay, and they use it for everything, and it's so beautifully done. It's
I could have watched it like half an hour, maybe an hour or two.
I laughed through the greets, like, okay, yeah, you're doing your thing, and okay, you're still doing your thing. It's okay. It just got funnier and funnier. It was great. Just perfect execution. Like, this is our thing, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it good.
Yes. I need to know if this was done at the party or not, because traditionally they do the entire production at the party. That would just, it's the best Adapt demo that we've seen, and they have been getting very, very close to having a truly brilliant demo. This is the first truly brilliant Adapt demo. Can't wait for the next one, but wow. I also love the fact that it's called Zoom In, and that's all it does.
Also,
do one thing, do it well.
Also, this one didn't have any problems with the frame rate.
Yeah, because we had a few that were made on, I don't know, WebGL that staggered a bit while loading.
He didn't mean that.
Last one we had was...
The last one was pretty good. I think it was made by that Dot Waffle guy. Showed at the end of every compo. Scene Lounge!
We'll get back to that one soon. But the last one we had before that one was the one by CNDCD Fairlight, Sokia.
It's beautiful, but I think I have seen that.
Yeah, it had a lot of echoes.
Really a lot of same
It was
elements.
just
same-
extremely busy on screen.
Yeah,
It was like, okay, let's do this. Let's morph it into something else. Let's turn something around it, and you have like 0.135 of a second to look at what it actually is, and then in the end, you're just looking at like, okay, these are like some random shapes, and then that's it. Which is which is typical for them. It's what they do.
This is a visually
It's
stunning-
exactly what they do, but it's
I still think it's
Too much.
the thing, like, if you are gonna do some, like, probably seeming to be a simple concept, do it well. And this did it well, and it was jaw-dropping, and it was amazing.
The thing that about it, again, it was you were saying it's a bit hold and modify. The soundtrack in this is, I mean, it's Yolk versus Muffler, which needs to happen more often. I remember the soundtrack. I don't remember anything else about the demo except at the end it gave itself Meteorics Awards. Other than that, I don't remember a darn thing of it. I remember the demos that led up to this.
It was very grey.
Well, yeah, it was very. Somebody said there was a black and white demo on the stream. It's a good demo. I think everybody else prior to it outclassed it, which that would be really great because then the guys will come back in next year and just
kick
wipe
it,
everybody
yeah.
out.
So I'm going to slightly cut in here, which is
Please do. I talk too
CNCD
much.
Fairlight have been releasing big parties for quite a while now. It must be at least 7-8 years. And the thing I feel when I see that come up is they're going to do something that looks like it's been pre-rendered. It's going to look like so much is going to be on screen. There's going to be so much detail. It's going to look fantastic. So to me, I'm imagining what an FMV cutscene is in the middle of a game or something. I'm then not as impressed as other things, even though that is technically shit's going on. It's a really good demo, but I'm not as impressed as other things because I'm expecting good.
Yeah.
Now, in a lot of music competitions, they tend to blot out the name of the performer so that you don't name vote. Can't really do that with the demo because it's got the name splattered over everywhere.
Yeah.
But I wish there was a demo compo at a facility like Revision Assembly, wherever, where you're not allowed to give the group name and they're shown in batch order rather than kind of roughly kind of mid-quality to high quality, instead for it just to be batched all around. So you don't know that when you see a good demo that this is the last one. Because when you see Fairlight come on, you know it's either going to be them or it's going to be
ASD.
Snaverson, ASD or whatever. You know it's going to be one of those. So I would much rather not go in with preconceived ideas, but I can't clear my mind of that.
Like, I had seen the set list and I knew that this was going to be the last one. I was like, okay, I've got really big expectations for it. I had kind of the same problem because I was so blown away by what the Zoom in demo did before it, and this one was so busy that I didn't have time to really get into it after the Zoom in one. I'm going to watch it again because it's got a lot happening, and I hope I'll find more things that I like about it, but with one, it's a demo that might not be at its best with one or even two watchings, because a lot is happening, like you said, it's got really short cuts, like 3 seconds and we're moving on, and there's always something going on. I saw a lot of numbers, a lot of mileages, all kinds of stuff. Some map overlays were going on in the demo. There's a lot of stuff going on. There might be a story somewhere in there, but I didn't find it now. I'll try to find it later.
To jump in on that, do you remember who made Ziphead? Was it Fairlight, CNCD?
Zip Horse was made by Pooh Brain.
What? No, Ziphead.
Yes, Ziphead was made by Fairlight. Zip Horse was made by Pooh Brain.
I said Ziphead.
And then Xanax made the Atari 2600 version of that. It's an iconic demo by
Your wool
Fairlight.
gathering.
I mean Ziphead. what I'm saying is, everything is to a beat and fast in a Fairlight demo.
Yeah.
And everything changes quickly. And as it moves,
I'm sorry, I have to correct you. This is a CNCD demo.
this is a Fairlight music
No,
demo.
this is a CNCD demo.
Fairlight music.
Smash produces the thing. Everyone else involved is in CNCD, and he has pointed out several times that he wants to make sure people know that it's CNCD.
Okay.
Smash would actually like to take a step back from it, so it's a CNCD demo.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead with what you were saying.
I do
Alright,
think
I
that
was on a roll.
Oh, okay.
I do want to hear what Waffle was gonna go.
I mean, so he filled me in on something I didn't know anyway, so I'm going to be quiet. No!
Try.
Because it invalidates the point that was in my head.
No, don't.
Oh, I'm sorry if I invalidated the point, but then maybe it is actually a point that didn't need to be
It
done.
probably does need to be made because I assumed that was a co-production between two things with equal effort. I didn't realise it was a directorial thing.
It is equal effort, but people continue to give Smash props that Desktop and Mazor also deserve, and that's what Smash has said before. So
Yeah.
that's why it's a cooperation, absolutely cooperation. Smash, Desktop, Mazor, Yolk, and he's going to shoot me.
So I haven't been to Assembly for 5 years. My first time in 5 years. I only recognise 3 of those names. That's how bad it is.
But
Wait a minute.
truck.
Okay, yeah, I'll shut up.
Want to hear Waffle's point because I think it's one that I would have wanted to make.
I genuinely can't even remember which point I was trying to make. Reminds me of my point. What's in my head, mother
I'm
person?
pretty sure I'm not that good at this yet. But you were going on about how in a Fairlight demo everything is fast and to a beat.
Yes. There was
What?
something about that. Please finish my thought.
No. Okay. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Well,
It's not easy, this job, is it?
No, it is not indeed. Well, we've had 13 entries. We've gone through all of them now. So this year's demo compo, we can all agree, was amazing. What were the things that 2017 Assembly demo compo will be remembered for? Were there some things that you think will really stick to mind, or something that had a wow factor, something that was new? Something we've not seen before done like this.
It's more like a step up
Yeah.
from what assembly demo compos have been. This is a real step up, and I really eagerly wait that this is going to be continued.
Yeah. Often we've had 3 or 4 really polished demos. Now we had like 7 or 8 really polished demos. So
I think we have 13 polished demos.
yeah. Yes, I have to agree. But anything else that comes to mind that would be something that this year will be remembered by?
It's the best demo compo I've seen this year. It's going to be fascinating to see if any other parties, if groups are able to surpass the stuff from this. We have some amazing stuff. I'm going to remember 2017 Assembly as one of the best demo compos of all time. That's what I'm taking out of it.
All right.
So it was like, the general quality of the compo was something awesome. So at least for me, there was nothing that was really sticking out because they were all so good. So maybe this is the compo of the compos.
And you learned a lot about Brad.
Yes, that too.
And once again, there is no clear winner.
No.
There are many so good entries that I can easily name like 3 of the entries that could win, but I won't do that.
Yeah, but let's not do that. How about you, Frankie? What are your feelings on this year
In total,
in total?
I'm somewhat sad and somewhat happy.
Okay, why sad? Everyone else
Sad.
seems super happy.
Well, yes, that's what I'm also happy about.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is, and sorry for the guys organizing this, but I feel that the demo scene is being pushed into a small corner here, literally. But on the other hand, with all the productions, we've proven that we don't give a shit.
How so?
I don't know. I've been looking. I've been walking around till like Thursday, Friday, and I saw almost no demo scenes in the hall. They were other places, because there's nothing here to do for them. They're just wandering around in big concrete building, which is not the best thing to go to. And of course, I know it's this kind of event, and absolutely no offense against the other things with the games, because that's part of the world. But yeah, and this is partly towards the demo scene itself. That's the only outrage that I've seen demo scene wise were the guys from Scully on their TV showing all kinds of demos. It's like, why aren't we doing that from the demo scene out? Why don't we put something together? Why don't we do this? And of course, our best marketing is the demo compo, because all the chairs were full, all the seats were full, were people standing all over the place. So yes, we're doing something, we're doing it our way, and we don't give a fuck about everything else. But I have a double feeling about it.
Okay.
So I don't want to be a party pooper. I'm sorry.
No, we love you, man.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You love me. So no, but yeah. Well, so looking more, getting to your question in general. I'm not a fan of these slow arty demos with all the lightning and the mood. So for me, this demo compo, and honestly, guys, I'm really sorry. I put my cell phone down by entry number 7 or 8 before I actually started paying attention. Okay, good. So this is, we're getting somewhere. And yes, I like personally the happy, shiny video clip thingies. I'm an old school guy. I'm compo organizer everywhere, but if I can choose, I would still pick something from the old school categories or the wild categories.
Okay.
Instead of, say, PC demo.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. It's good to have someone who's not a perfect fan, because that's the way we progress and find new things.
Well, yes, and there were things was, okay, this is interesting, this is good, this is nice, but in general, like, yeah, this demo compo was not my thing.
Okay.
So personal opinion, feel free to disagree.
I think everyone already did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, but we have to end happy, so I'm going to give it to you again. Because
Actually, I'm going to take closing remarks, because we can get the number 9 fixed entry shown as we finish. So, closing remarks.
Please, again.
Make more demos. Demos are awesome.
Make more demos.
Well, yes.
White truck,
And
forever.
thank you for these ones.
Well, but I say, compos in general continue to amaze me, and that proves that we're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
And everything doesn't actually need to be that polished. You can enter,
Anything.
anything.
Yeah. Don't
Just do it.
Yeah, don't worry about what you're making. Just get an idea and put it out there. Bring it to us. We'll take it to places. All right. Thank you guys for joining me in the studio. It was a great conversation, a lot of to and fro, and lots of laughs. Great comments. Great demo compo, what can I say? Well, thanks for joining us. And we're going to watch the fixed demo entry number 9, of which I have forgotten the name of during our discussions. Fuzzy mutations, yes. So let's watch that, and with that, the demo compo studio will be done. So AssemblyTV out, and let's watch that demo. You found my camera, well done.
We have?
Okay, am I going to have to act it out? Cheers.